What's up, y'all? You rocking with Moochie, and this is Moochilla's review. So hit the hammer, cause you came through. Yeah. So we are talking about Godfather Harlem tonight, and this is the episode 7, and it is called "All Roads Lead to Malcolm." This was a good episode. A lot of backstabbing and betrayal going on, and we got to get into it tonight. We got to get into it this evening, and we're going to get into it. And I got my co-host this evening here, Tamika from Tamika's Den.
Hello, hello,
Ew.
hello. Hey, y'all. Hey, Moochie.
What's up? Ew.
Going on?
So let me hear your first thoughts about the episode.
Oh, a lot went down, like you said. Betrayals, child.
Mm,
Okay, it was in the shells, and they told us that it was gonna be some betrayals. This
exactly.
was a good episode. I liked it. I enjoyed it, but at the same time, of course, even though we know the history, we know what went down. Is like I get so nervous when we seeing what's going on with Malcolm and all roads lead to Malcolm, and that tells me that they're doing a good job with their storytelling. Because even watching the movie, even though you know already what happened in history, it just,
Mm-hmm.
for me anyway, gives that same kind of feeling. And
Exactly.
then, of course, we got Bumpy trying to, get things in orders. Like things is just going good for them. They coming into a good space, and then boom, of course, here comes some nonsense. We got the alphabets fighting, of course, aka the
Um,
FBI and the daggone CIA.
it was betrayal on all levels,
Mm-hmm.
even with Mamie.
Yes, and
Even
I
with
was kind of mad
Mamie.
at me because even when I don't agree with her, I still be like, okay, I can see where she coming from with this. But Mamie really did not realize that at this particular point, girl, this was above Bumpy Head. Okay, this was way above him. He didn't even see what
Exactly.
was coming until
He didn't even
after the
see it
fact.
coming. He was blindsided.
Mm-hmm. And
Exactly.
child, y'all gotta beware of Stella, baby. Stella is a danger to everybody. Her mama, her daddy, her sister, her brother, her cousins, her friends. You gotta
Exactly.
watch out for Stella.
So
Mm-mm.
overall, you like the episode.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna let me see who's in here this evening. I was trying to share stuff to my thing. So
Mm-hmm.
you want to take care and let us know who's here this evening?
Yeah. I know I seen Rashonda, Inga, Zaria, of course, was like one of the first people as always. How
Mm-hmm.
y'all feeling tonight or this evening?
And
RZ, what's going on? RC, what's up? What did
I know
y'all
I
think
saw
about this
Antonio in there.
episode, y'all? Antonio was in the building. Kim Everett.
Mm-hmm.
How are y'all feeling? What's up, Suburbia? Hey, Monique 69 Ways.
And
Thank y'all for coming through. Appreciate y'all. Yes, Stella, the Black Widow Spider.
Yo, Stella ain't no joke.
She sure not.
Stella is no joke. But it's a question I want to ask. I should have put it in the community tabs. I should have put it on the as the chat vote for tonight. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of pressed for time. Look, the money's coming in,
Mm-hmm.
but it seemed like Jose want to speed things up a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and he like, no, we got to roll this out slow. So my question is this, Tamika and everybody: do y'all think wanted to speed everything up because he knew from that moment he betrayed him? Or
Yeah.
no, he knew he was going to.
Right.
So he
Mm-hmm.
wanted to get as much as he could out of the deal.
Yeah, looking back on it now, I definitely feel that way because he was even saying they was about to get some extra shipment in like the next day. And Bumpy was like, "Nah, slow down. We don't need to do all of that." And so yeah, with the conversation that comes up and everything, I'm like, "You dirty dog." Okay, he
Okay.
already knew what was in the mix.
Okay, so you ain't lying, RD. She said the writer's room is great. Dad, I don't even see my.
Absolutely.
Okay, I didn't see my comment didn't come up the first time I clicked on it. Pretty good episode. They steady building.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. What up, Suburbia? Uh, RC said really good episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jose's a snake, yo.
Yeah.
And it was
I'm so
him, and that's
disappointed.
why let me ask y'all this. Remember when the his spiritual advisor? Did you see the look that she gave him? She knew it was gonna be him. I think.
I think so. Yeah.
What's y'all? If y'all think put a ham up in the chat if you think that the spiritual advisor knew it was going to be Jose Battle that was going to betray Bumpy
Mm-hmm.
because of a friend. Because basically that's what happened. Everybody got
Mm-hmm.
betrayed because of a friend.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Y'all hit that like button. We got 12 people in the building. Please hit that like button. Put me up in that algorithm, y'all. I'm trying to get people to the conversation tonight, this evening. Yeah. I never really trusted his spiritual advisor. Yo, but for some reason, the way she looked at him, that's what I saw. When and the way that when it went off last week, how her quote echoed in his ear
Yes.
when
Mm-hmm.
he after what
Because
he
she
said out of his
never really
mouth.
looked at Bumpy or acknowledged him too much. Even when Bumpy was going like, "What does that mean?" And are you saying I'm gonna betray him? She never said that.
He never
And it
answered
was
that
like they
either.
was coming to see if it was okay for them to do the business together. And then whatever the spiritual thing is that came up, she said the name for it. She was like, "Oh, this is the first thing I'm seeing," so it wasn't even an
Yeah, the
answer to the
song of
question.
betrayal. That's what she said.
Right. And then it was like, that means betrayal. So hey, she still knew what she was talking about.
Now this scene, he comes in there with
Mm-hmm.
all his men, comes to the sit down, and he's got a bone to pick with everybody. Who
Mm-hmm.
sanctioned this hit? And
Right.
then the Casey, he flying off at the handle. Oh, you at this daughter. Da, 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 da. You saying all of this. And to me, what they always say, the loudest person in the room.
Mm-hmm. I
All
was
right?
like the pot calling the kettle black.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. He got his own bones in his closet. I thought it was funny that he was, like you said, the loudest one.
The loudest one. But
Mm-hmm.
they had betrayal on their end with this, of course.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
then we see Jose battle. They're talking about how lucrative the business is. And he's telling him to let's do this at a slow pace. We can't take it all at one time.
Mm-hmm.
And and ADA Pike comes in there and he arrests Jose Battle.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, I was trying to figure out. I said, man, is he going to tell them what's going on to get out?
Right.
And it was so many twists and turns in this episode where you didn't figure out everything to almost like the mid part of the episode,
Mm-hmm.
which was great.
Yeah.
And that's what I liked about it because it made you work. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
made your mind work, and I like when episodes do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
What's your take on this scene?
Yeah, I definitely agree. Because this was what I was talking about with him wanting to bring in more. Then you got Pike coming in and he all cocky and acting like he got the big score and he's coming in there for battle and Bumpy looking confused as I don't know what. And this also was the part where Bumpy basically ends up telling him because he's like, well, what's so special about Malcom and why what makes him enemy number one? And Bumpy tells him about the UN speech. And I felt like the face that Bumpy made after he knew that he had made a mistake by saying that. And he was like, keep it between me and you. And of course, Battle over here, like, yeah, no doubt, mum's the word is between me and you, knowing damn well his trifling behind, but
And then
we
he
didn't get
said
there.
then he was like, "I will never betray you."
Right.
I was like, once somebody
Mm-hmm.
say that's like saying trust me.
Exactly.
So
I'm about to betray you,
yeah,
basically.
like trust me, I ain't gonna betray you, but I already am.
Mm-hmm.
So let me
Right.
see what the chat is saying. Okay, Monique says I was shocked at his arrest. It took me off guard. Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
did. That's what I liked about the twists and turns with it, Monique. And
Absolutely.
Jose needs to get his water turned off. Okay. Um Miss K called that early on about him sleeping with Olympia. Oh yeah. Well,
Mm-hmm.
we already knew they were sleeping together.
Yeah.
We knew that they were sleeping together, and they were sleeping together before he got locked up.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
they was a thing for a while. Yup. Dude was sleeping with Chin wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's really, he could get a hit sanction on him just off of
Exactly.
that. Just off of that, because
Exactly.
he broke one of the rules.
And
That's
we
one of the
kept
rules when they
saying we
take the
wanted to
oath.
see. We kept saying we want to see how that was gonna play out. Because I said, when is Stella gonna speak up and say she knows that Mama was involved with her hitting all that stuff? So it was interesting.
Exactly.
That wasn't the way I thought it was gonna play out, but we knew it was gonna be something with that.
Neither did I. Neither
Mm-hmm.
did I. Neither did I. But yo, with this, she was already getting ready to get out of town because she
Mm-hmm.
knows she done caused a forest fire with the
Right.
stuff that she pulled.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's um just give a little breakdown of the scene for everybody, and then we're gonna go to the chat while I
Yeah,
get.
this part was funny to me because, like you said, she was hurrying up and packing up and playing the dumb role. He's like, "You have no clue, no idea. We need to speak for a minute. I see you packing up, but I got a little bit of words for you, before you leave. Because why would they be coming so hard? Because he did calm down after he went in the meeting, ready to go off on them, and he was like, "Y'all better get that hit off my head." And when they said he was sleeping with her, he like, "What are you talking about? I ain't never sleep with her." And it was kind of like, well, whether it's true or not, the fact that it's out there, that's it. Plus, we can't get to him. And, of course, they just basically said the same thing that the lawyer had already said about how he went off, and they can't get to him and tell him anything different now anyway. So he's coming to her like, why would your father think that me and you had something romantic? Oh, I don't know. What are you talking about? Has something? I have no clue what that could be.
I know the way she was lying about that. I was like, what the heck? Like, yo,
Yes,
like
I
you.
said, Stella knows she full of crap and she's steadily packing that bag. And then he was finally, of course, she puts her foot in her mouth again because she's like, well, the lawyer might have thought it was something going on with us because he saw the necklace that you gave me. And he's like, well, did you tell him that no, it wasn't that way? Yeah, I did. I was like,
I was like, yo,
Stella.
she's a liar, yo. I was like, she is a liar. And she's like one of them type of liars that go down with the ship, yo. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, yo, I couldn't believe how she like really went in like that.
Right. What's up, Brillo? You said you ain't watch it yet.
All right,
Listen,
bro. Because I
I
know I
still
sent
been
him the link
trying to
to tell
catch
him.
up on stuff. There's so much stuff out, man.
I know. It's so much stuff out.
It
I'm
was a
really
good
trying to keep
episode,
up
though.
with
You gonna enjoy
everything.
it, I think. Some stuff gonna piss you off, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Some stuff definitely is going to piss you off, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is the chat saying? What else is the chat saying so
Let's
far
see.
about thing? Because I'm still trying to get other stuff, just so
Monique
we could continue to
Now
cook.
Wade says Stella will step on anybody in her way. Absolutely, child. Okay, I don't care who it is. She will step right on you. Okay, get out my way.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. RC
So,
said I had no idea they was messing around. Y'all great at picking these things up. Yeah.
yeah, she said it when they was sitting there. Remember when they had the conversation? She was like, she's an effing rat.
Right.
And she knows about your business too. That's how she got him on board to do the hit.
Yeah.
If she didn't do all of that, he would have never did it because
Right.
he said, these are the rules. I
So he
can't do
got a
this.
bunch of strikes against him because
Oh
one, you
yeah.
was sleeping with his wife. Two, you over here colluding. And then he even said it like, do you know what will happen if they find out that we even talked about something like this? Let
Yep.
alone.
Let alone do it,
And
right?
she was like, nobody's gonna find out. Yeah, okay.
So let me go to the
Inga
next
says
slide.
Stella gets on my last nerve.
I like, you know what? Not for nothing. I know she don't get on my nerve like that. I like her. I like her. I could see her just as how he wants her to be.
Mm-hmm.
Why he
Yeah,
wants to keep
sometimes
her
she do
around.
things that irritate me, and sometimes she do things that just be like, Stella, what are you thinking? But I
Yes.
think that makes her character good because she keeps something going. All right.
Exactly.
Um.
So look, while they come back, they trying to put all their heads together and figure out how and why Jose
Mm-hmm.
Battle was arrested. And this guy, the I forgot his name. Damn. He offers up the guy from the army. He's
Mm-hmm.
already offering up Bumpy's man.
Right.
He's offering up damn.
The
What's his
three
name?
wise men. He's saying it got to be one of them. That's the bankers.
Who
I
called it?
always call them the three wise men.
Yeah, who called him the three wise men?
No, I always call them
Yeah,
that in
but
my
he's offering
review.
up him, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, what the heck? How you gonna offer this dude up? And Bumpy like, whoa, 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 whoa. That's my guy.
Right.
And I'm glad he went to bat for him when he said what he said. He was
Yeah,
like, no,
he
no,
was
no,
like,
that's
I'll
my
check
guy.
my people, you check yours. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Because they
nah.
was ready to just be like, oh, well, we gonna go in and take care of them. It have to be for them. He Bumpy like, how the heck you know that?
And
You
then
know?
at this point, I'm gonna I'm gonna put he's gonna be handled without
Mm-hmm.
prejudice. When he said
Right.
that, Bumpy knows that time is crucial right now. He's got to
Exactly.
find out the truth, assess the truth, and
Mm-hmm.
make sure Archie is all right.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Because he feel like he knows Archie is his guy, but I'm
Exactly.
thinking it was the fat bald headed dude that was telling everything. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the one that get on our
Yes,
nerves.
Paul. He always be the one that he always got to tell him to be quiet. That's what I was thinking. Like I would have more so expected him because I kept saying his mouth gonna get him in trouble. So I would have
Yup.
cared if we would have had, to get Paul up out here. But even he said, no, I ain't saying nothing.
Yo, but what I'm gonna say is this. Let me see if I got okay. Yeah, when Archie gave that speech, I knew that was the final nail
Yes.
in his coffin.
Yes.
Even
Yes.
though
Because
he
Wild
wasn't
Bill said too, the person that talks the loudest or goes the hard, and he gave such an impassioned speech. But I was like, I believe he's for real, but I think just because he did that, I was like, oh Lord, Archie, like you know what I'm saying, you got to be careful because Bumpy even had to tell Paul like, sit your behind down and shut up because he was trying to run his mouth
I
like he
thought it was
normally
going to
do.
be what's his name is Brother Clink
Mm-hmm.
Scale. I thought it was going to be him, and that's the bald headed guy on the far corner
Mm-hmm.
because he was the most annoying out
Right.
of all of them. Where he
Absolutely.
was like, "Oh, I don't want to do this." So now that
Mm-hmm.
Archie's gone, he's out.
Yeah.
He's out.
Yeah. Archie didn't deserve that. I was like, Archie wasn't guilty, all right.
I was saying the same thing. Now I'm gonna ask y'all this: if Bumpy had more time, do you think he would have did the diversion and took? If he had a choice of which man he could have taken out, it would have been the judge.
Yeah.
And we all wanted it to be the judge.
Yes, I did. I was like, yeah, his mouth, he gonna be out of here because he was getting too many warnings.
Yeah, I thought for sure it was gonna be him. I was so wrong. When I seen this, when they was all sitting there, I said, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
he gonna take him out." But then when it started going, "Oh, I want Archie," why you ain't give this dude the plane ticket?
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Poor
So that's
Archie.
that's that's my point with that.
Mm-hmm.
We got 24 people in the building. Please hit that like button, hit the share, put me up in the algorithm, y'all. Holla at your girl. All right. Now we going back to okay, we went to this part. The whole thing with the paper and the death threats.
Mm-hmm.
And Malcolm is really not taking it serious at this point because he's already has it in his mind. If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. It's Allah's will.
Yeah. He's
So
basically accepted it at this point. He was like, I ain't gonna be running and ducking and hiding in no bush. If somebody come at me, I'm gonna fight them, face on. And he was laughing and she was like, it's nothing funny about this because he was like, well, they might as well put you know, what was his name? Elijah Muhammad up there as the big bad wolf.
I
But
know he made light of the situation,
mm-hmm.
but it's like he feels like it's inevitable.
Right.
I'm sorry, inevitable that he is not going to make it, and
Mm-hmm.
he has come to terms with it.
Mm-hmm.
He's come to terms with it. He's accepted it, and it's just I like the way Elise had her point when
Right.
she said that these people left to come follow you, and what will happen if something happens to you?
Exactly.
So
Mm-hmm.
what's everybody saying in the chat to me? Read that chat to me, and
Okay.
and so we could keep building this conversation.
Oh, RC says I believe the judge will be next because he'll start running his mouth off once he finds out about Archie. Possibility.
Yo, well, if he's next, then I bet you Bumpy to him.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you Bumpy to him. I could see that happening. What's
Yeah.
your take? What you think?
Yeah, I could see that. Because Bumpy is definitely through with all of them and they shenanigans, and he's more so want to handle his own stuff. Like he don't have a problem with doing it if it's necessary, but he don't like the fact of other people trying to get over on him and be sneaky and you know what I mean, act like he ain't handling stuff and things is coming from his end. And he like nah. So that was really what he had the issue with.
Right.
Mm-mm-mm. Um. Inga said Malcolm and Martin and most of the civil rights leaders and the Black Panthers knew that they were going to die. They just didn't know when it would happen, but they knew it was going to happen. Yeah, and he said
I
he wasn't
agree.
going to live in fear. He wasn't going to keep looking over his shoulder and being scared every time he bent down to tie his shoe, you know.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That whole thing was crazy.
Yeah, RC says Bumpy hasn't used his blade in a while. It's coming right. He ain't pulled
Oh
that blade out
yeah.
in a minute.
The last time he pulled it out was when Jose was torturing those people, and he had to put that's when he put it away because the way Jose Battle was torturing them
Right.
dudes, he didn't have to do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He did not have to do a thing. So let me go to the next clip. We gotta talk about this.
Oh, child. We
Oh,
called it with this daggone fool.
okay. Let me ask you this: do you trust him still?
No, I don't trust him.
All right,
I
and I
don't
can't.
trust him.
Huh?
And I
I
don't
can't
like her.
stand
I
her.
never
I can't
liked her.
stand her or her glasses. She make
Right.
me sick.
I never liked her.
Y'all can't stand her or her glasses. Put her
Mm-hmm.
glasses up in the chat if you don't like her too. I don't got no sense. Anywho, I like where the conversation was going, and I like that he that he was able to get pump her for information, which was good. That's
Right.
so it did she really serve a purpose? Is he still okay with us? And can we trust Omar? And now he's part of security?
Yeah, I really still don't trust him. I guess, he was working all of this to be able to so called prove and gain that trust and get on the security team. And she was seeming like she wanted to talk a little bit more than just about Malcolm. They killed me how they all kind of have him propped up as this hero. But at the same time, they like, well, we can't really let you in and can't let you do certain things because of everything y'all did. But I seen her giving him the googly eyes, talking about some you looking good. I said, well, wait a minute. She was worried about more than just, whatever feeling she got towards, Malcolm and all the
Yeah.
wrong she felt like he doing.
Cause remember how she used to act towards Elise? She
Exactly.
got on my nerve last season. I remember
Yes,
when I
I
did
did
a
not like that.
trailer breakdown, and I was talking about her and her damn glasses. They
Right.
both make me sick.
Yes.
Yo, I was
Billy
so mad.
Austin said, "Hey y'all, I hate Archie was taken out, and I think Malcolm has made his peace too. I agree. Moochie Bumpy will probably take out the other judge. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, man.
I think he is if his back is against the wall. That's how I
Yeah,
feel. So we gonna go to the next clip. Hold up. Now he's in, and Bumpy was so sincere with him. Like, the one person that wants you out the most is me. Kim, put the
right.
glasses up.
Mm-hmm.
And so did Suburbia. I don't got no sense. Her glasses do make me sick. I should have put the
Mm.
glasses in the thumbnail. But guess who's back? Glasses.
Mm-mm.
Anywho, wait, don't forget Malcolm had infiltrators in his organization that helped work with the
Oh
FBI
yeah.
and CIA to assassinate him. Facts.
Mm-hmm.
But he
Absolutely.
was like, I think, you know what? And stop me if I'm wrong, Tamika. I'm thinking they already in there, the people
Oh
that's
yeah.
infiltrating, and I'm thinking Omar might be okay. I want to say that. I hope I'm not wrong because the way he said the thing where did you do background checks on your new members that joined? And I don't think he was doing that. I think he took
Mm-hmm.
everybody for their word, and he was so happy to have his organization start. What's your
Right.
take?
I don't know. Maybe in hindsight, I might give that like 50% because I still kind of felt like when I watched the episode and I did my review, I still felt like I just can't trust Omar. So I know that he made it seem like he was being one way with them and then coming and being a different way with, Malcolm and showing that he had looked into things and telling them everything. But I felt like he still was just trying to get in good with them, even though he'd been going so hard to say that he changed and he apologized and he felt bad, and of course he was trying to woo Elise and all that other kind of stuff. I just felt like that was always a part of his game plan, and I just still don't trust him unless they show me otherwise. So far it just wasn't doing it for me, and I kept feeling like the whole reason why they was even doing that setup and bringing him into the fold, to begin with, and having him there, oh, the letters and I'm sorry and all of that was just so they could have that set up for his death. But maybe I could be wrong. I don't know. And I think that Elise felt bad, like she should have just followed her gut because she was about to forgive him after everybody kept being like, you should forgive him, you should forgive him, you should forgive him. But then his mama messed it up for him with that because even his mama ain't down with, him being around Michael and Malcolm. She's not, his mother wasn't down with it either. His mother thought that Malcolm and Elise was trash. So
Really?
I don't know, y'all. What y'all think?
You talking about Omar's mother?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she looked a lot like the real Betty Shabazz.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did y'all notice that?
Yeah, I know we was talking about that last week.
Look, dude got the mess.
Inga,
Wait, what
Inga
Inga
said she
said?
was ready to jump through the TV and fight the lady with the glasses.
Wait, where she say that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to jump through the TV. Yo, I can't stand her. I remember I did. Look, if y'all go back, it's a you know how you do the trailer breakdowns. I did a trailer breakdown and I was
Mm-hmm.
talking about her damn glasses. That's how mad I was at her. I was like, I hope we was gonna see a cat fight then with her and Elise. Y'all know how I be liking to see my cat fights. But anywho, um, we're gonna talk about Feynman getting his behind waxed, but
Child,
still
I was so scared for
his
Fireman. I
mouth
said,
closed.
Lord, Stella gonna get Fireman killed.
Yes. What's your take on him? Though, yo,
I
when he
felt
stood up
I
like a
felt
G
bad
with
for
it,
him. But
me
listen,
too.
he still held his own. Even though he was a lawyer, he was scared. He was taking that beating. He still ain't give up, Stella. He still,
Yup.
Columbo was beating the crap out of him. He was like, I know it's still some more you ain't telling me. And he was
Uh-huh.
looking at her and
That was
taking them
crazy.
beatings.
I thought,
But
but
I
you
was
know what?
like,
He didn't
Stella,
tell
you
on
about to get
Stella.
Fireman killed.
Yeah. I was, yo, he didn't tell on her. He could have told on her, but he
Yeah.
didn't. He
Mm-hmm.
didn't, and that was the crazy part. I was like, oh
Right.
shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
But then he started telling him like it's not an act. He really is crazy. So he was like, in his mind, he's paranoid and he feels like, Chen or whatever, that he feels like Columbo is trying to take over. So he was like, it goes deeper than just the situation with Stella or whatever. And, of course, that's when she intervenes and was like, yeah, he's not lying. That's true. My father's, over the top crazy. But I was like, Lord, Stella, you playing a dangerous game, girl.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That was the crazy part. She was playing with fire. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. But it was funny too when he said he wasn't gonna work for Jen anymore. He said, "Man, bump that! I ain't working. I'm out of here." And he was like, "No, you are. You gonna work for him and find out everything, and then come back and tell me."
He didn't have a choice. Wait,
Yeah.
okay. I
Mm-hmm.
felt for the dude attorney was all right with me because he didn't rat out
Right.
Stella. Yeah, that's what I was like, yo, because he could have rat out Stella
Mm-hmm.
and everything would have been all copacetic, I think.
Right.
But it's a good thing he didn't because now the whole room is contained and
Mm-hmm.
it's too many people in the room to know that if she would know that if she did that, it could go bad for her.
Right.
I think I was glad that he kept his, mums the words with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Inga said the real chin actually did go crazy. Yeah, I believe they said he had dementia or something. He would walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they said he was doing that in the beginning, but maybe eventually it really
Right.
happened.
Yeah. Walking up and down with his bathrobe and slippers on. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we gonna go to the next. We went here. I think we talked about we talked
Mm-hmm.
about this. So we gonna keep it moving. But this is when she finally tells him
Mm-hmm.
it was me.
Right.
All right. I want you to give me your little synopsis of what you thought about. Oh, sorry, what you thought about this whole
Yeah, it was
thing.
funny because on the one hand, it's like he still tries to protect her. He's over here like, oh, well, you go ahead and you leave now. It's not your fault. You have no control over this. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to handle my stuff. And she's like, oh, well, maybe there's a way I can help you. He like, how the heck you going to help me? And then she's like, well, I got to tell you, I did lie a little bit. Okay, I held something back from you. And he like, girl, what the heck is wrong with you? Like, why are you doing these things? He's like, do you know that you made an enemy with your dad and me for life? Like, she knows, she just Stella.
Okay, well,
So,
let me ask you this though, because she did that. He was like, I worked so hard. He was mad at her,
mm-hmm.
but he already knew he wanted to take Harlem.
Yes.
He already knew
Mm-hmm.
he wanted to take Harlem. And I think
Exactly.
she knows how her father is. And
Mm-hmm.
she knew it was going to be a battle anyway. So, you know what? Let me just already just push these two together so they start fighting. You know how people do
Mm-hmm.
that when like
Yeah.
how elementary kids used to do that when you be arguing?
Exactly.
When they be like, you know what? We gonna let them get it on. Let's just push them and then the fight will start. And
Mm-hmm.
do you think that Stella is getting ready because of her what she did? Do you think she'll still cause a war between these five families?
Yeah. I could still see it. That's why I said she's dangerous. Nobody could touch her. Trust her. No, she is very dangerous because look how she flipped the switch that quick and was like, well, I could help you. It's things I could do. She was like, what if you go to them? And then he's like, nah, they ain't gonna do that. Why would they do that? Well, if you got some info that you could hold over their heads, then you
Mm-hmm.
might be able to. She was like, remember, one of them is the one that put the hit out on me. And when he's like, oh, well, you don't know who it was, she says, no, but I know who does. And of course, that leads them to, Mama Olympia. But I was like, man, Stella dangerous. She really is. They don't even see her coming.
Nah, they don't see her coming at all.
Mm-hmm.
They don't see her coming at all. That whole she that's why he said what he said, and that's I want to, I'm going to just talk about her in the whole.
Mm-hmm.
With her getting those plane tickets, and now she's not going.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see her being like his advisor? Because that's like having like the queen in your pocket.
Exactly. Yeah. That turns her on because one, remember she was always saying like, well, my father didn't have a son, he had me, right? Normally the son would be the next one in line, and because she's a woman, she don't have certain power. And so when he's offering her that, it's like he give her the tickets, but then it's like, oh well, I don't really want you to go, and then he's like, oh, I don't mean in a relationship, I mean business. I'm like, yeah, wink, wink, wink.
Mm-hmm.
But he's
I
like,
think
I
they're
see
gonna end
how
up messing
smart you are.
around.
You smarter than a lot of my men. So of course that make her feel good. And she's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I could always go later, right? I'm like, yeah, okay.
So okay, so do y'all see them being in a relationship, y'all? Like a romantic relationship?
I don't think they gonna do the romantic. I think they gonna just keep probably flirting back and forth and probably alluding to it in between.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's supposed to be, quote unquote, trouble and against the rules. I mean, at this point, is anybody really following the rules?
No.
So I don't know. That's like a half and half for me. But I think from the business perspective, that does turn her on to feel like she's gonna have some type of power and input, and that gives her more leverage to sit here and play this one against that one and play whatever game. So, child, they in for some mess with stuff.
You right. They in for some mess with Stella, and this is more. Look, this they went to Moss number
She
26.
said, "Columbo gonna get them cheeks."
What? Wait, what?
Monique 69 ways.
Wait, hold up. Let me go to the chat. Eventually, I do see them together. Hey, Miss
Mhm.
T.
Yeah, they definitely been flirting with each other for a minute now.
Yeah, Columbo gonna hit those cheeks. Yeah, I think they're gonna get together too. Inga says she don't think so. I think they are gonna get together. All right. Okay, Big Wolf said they're gonna be like natural born killers. Word, because he a
Right, what a
killer too.
team.
He a killer too. So yeah, that would be like they'd be like Mickey and Mallory. All right. So he goes to find out the whole thing with Moss number 26.
Yeah,
And
I didn't
they
like
want
this
him to
lady either. Why all of them haters? Ugh.
oh she was concerned about Elise, but she feel like she brainwashed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he brainwashed her. We gotta save her.
Shoot. And then the way she bigged him up, do you feel like that might have made him change his mind? Cause I was thinking about that when this happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is this gonna make him change his mind where we still can't trust him?
I don't know, cause he on one hand, like he got one of them faces. You don't know what he thinking, but on one hand, when she was talking, I felt like he was looking at her like, "Dag, this is how we be sounding. This is what people are thinking, or something along them lines." But at the same time, when her husband was like, "She's out of line," and I apologize for my wife, he's like, "Oh no, it's okay." So it's like, is it an act or is he being serious? With him, to me, he done messed up the trust, so it's just hard to tell with him. And I'll
Mm-hmm.
still be like, keep one eye open on him. Like you would have to sleep literally with your eyes still looking over at him. I just don't trust him fully
I
at
don't trust
all.
him either.
Mm-mm.
I don't trust him either.
And the fact that they were like all praising him and telling him what a good job he did at trying to get to Malcolm in the first place.
That's
It
why I
was
feel
just
like he might end up he's on the fence to me. I want to trust him 1 minute and then I don't trust him the next minute.
yeah.
So wait, with this, we gonna go here. Now we see the CIA and the FBI is basically squabbling over
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm X,
Right.
and they backdooring each other.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah, they
backdooring
both
each
trying to
other.
show their power. And he made me laugh when he said he had Hoover in a dress. He was like, if you don't get him out of here by what was it, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, you don't want to get a call from my boss. Let's not play games. I don't like neither one of them.
Neither do I. Neither do I.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust him. Have you met his mother?
Right. I said we
Okay,
thought
I don't
Omar was
trust
trash.
Omar
Now we see
either.
he come from trash. Mm-hmm.
The guys who assassinated him came out of mosque in Newark. That's documented. Yeah.
Yeah.
If y'all ever have the chance, go and
Mm-hmm.
watch the Netflix documentary.
Yeah.
And it breaks down a lot of stuff. And those it's people that was in jail for this crime that wasn't, that was acquitted, that was
Exactly.
taken
They
out, and they
just
getting
won,
they
like, I think it was like a $20 million lawsuit, and it was just the
exactly.
anniversary of his death. So when Black History Month came, I know I talked about the movie and stuff on my channel. Well, not the whole movie, but it was just one of the things with Denzel playing him. But since it was the anniversary, I was
Mm-hmm.
mentioning up there about the documentary and the fact that his family also just have a new lawsuit after that documentary came out against the FBI, the CIA, the NYPD, like a bunch
Yeah,
of
because
these
it was the
officials.
police department in on it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
So
he
if
was
y'all
that
never
much of a
seen that,
threat.
it's definitely a good one to watch.
That was
Yeah.
crazy. Now let me these two, they
Mm-mm-mm.
getting on my nerve.
Yeah.
Look, she no more sweet potato. She threw that in the
I
garbage.
know, right?
I was
Waste
like,
this
that looked
good
like it
sweet
would have tasted
potato.
good. You know how you want to lick the bowl and stuff?
Yes. I was like, maybe we ain't got no food to be wasting. But she was so turned off after he came in and told her that they need to send Archie away. She's like, what have you done? But really,
It's
he
not
was
him.
trying to help. He
Ex-
really didn't have no control over this. And he still didn't even fully grasp everything that was going on. But he knew that Archie was going to be in danger. So he's like, just tell her, that they going to go on this trip. We can't go. And she went ahead and threw that daggone sweet potato in garbage. I was so mad at her. I said, girl, you could have wrapped that up and put it away so
and
you.
save it for later. So who throws a sweet potato pot in the garbage?
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh Lord! Look, she was pouting.
Yes.
Look, you scared me. Oh my God!
I was laughing at this
She
part.
was
I
like,
was so
Jesus
glad they
Christ,
snuck
you
up on her
scared me.
behind. Mm-hmm.
Yo, I like the way he came out all smooth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look. I know Stella caused a lot of trouble, but I love her character. I love her character, and I like Columbo too. Even though he be doing some trifling stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but he don't let nobody pushing him around. Not even his kind. So
Yeah,
that's what I
he
like
don't.
about
He
him.
definitely don't. He told her, listen, I'll be trying to be a gentleman, all right? Don't make me
Mm-hmm.
get out of character.
She was like, I always knew that little girl act was BS.
Mm-hmm.
Was bullshit. I always knew.
Talking about she gonna call the police. Get out of
You
here.
ain't calling no damn police.
Mm-hmm.
Look, now we see Archie get taken
Oh,
out. Oh, I was so mad at this.
I was too.
And then when I saw it was him, I was like, oh, this mother father.
Mm-hmm.
When
That was horrible.
this was horrible because she still had his blood on her, and she was saying how they knew each other from when they was 16, and it was just messed up.
Yeah. That was sad. They got together at 16. They've been together ever since. And she said,
Mm-hmm.
I know the police ain't gonna do nothing. She was like, come on, they ain't answering none of my questions. They ain't gonna do anything. She said, can you ask Bumpy to get down to the bottom of it for me? I know he could do it. And I guess that's kind of part of what made me get in her freaking feelings. But I'm like, Mamie girl, like, trust me, that was not what Bumpy wanted. He didn't have nothing to do with that.
No, he ain't
Yeah,
have nothing to
R.I.P.
do with
Archie.
that.
Pour out one for Archie.
Oh, I felt bad for Archie. I
Hmm.
really did.
And he was even saying, like, why would Bumpy be like, oh, here's these tickets? Soon as he starts saying it, homeboy came right up.
You know what? I want to know why he didn't give the tickets to the other dude. Or do you think he just would have went to the house and took him out anyway?
I think so, because they was already just trying to pin it on, Archie. Even though Bumpy told them, don't do nothing. I am in control of this situation. Like, oh, God. They ticked me off with that.
Yeah, I was like sort of pissed off about the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I just was like, man, it's like everybody was stabbing everybody in
Right,
this
literally.
episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that Bumpy did it, but it looks that way. It looks that way. Do you think that's why Mamie left?
I mean, yeah, I could see how she would see it in that way, but this was just one of those situations where it was above. I mean, it was like he was even trying to figure it out. He kept going around and around with things in his head. And then, like I said, he told, because he didn't even know that, of course, all roads lead to Malcolm. So he's really like, nah, but these is not my men. How you saying it's my men that did it? Where's your proof at? You know?
Right.
And they keep saying that they coming with the proof. And of course, we knew at that moment when Archie was talking that it was going to end up being him. But, you know, Mamie don't know all this stuff because she was even saying, like, what do you got him mixed up in? And he was like, it's not what you think, but he never got specific with her. But still, Mamie is like, come on, girl.
So, let me go to the next clip. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean to tell them. They know everything.
Right. Oh, God. That was funny. He's like, get her out of here. This is no place for a woman. I said, yeah, it ain't no place for you either.
It ain't no place for a woman, but it was a place when you had your face in the place.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yo.
Yeah.
I know with this whole thing, she set everything off and swore she was gonna keep her mouth closed.
Right.
And it was like she did hold it down for a while where she made them dig up the body. So technically she ain't tell.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, damn. Like, you is foul, girl.
Right. She was like, I had no control. They had a gun to me.
I know. I was just like, well, she's
What's up, Detroit King?
What up, Detroit? So this is like the last little bit of stuff we gonna get ready to
We
tackle.
knew this was gonna come back up sooner or later, though.
Then we pretty much out of here.
He was like, "What do you want?"
Shoot. I'm gonna ask you this, Tamika. Do you think we gonna see her again, or is she gonna cause some sort of trouble, or that's probably the last of Olympia that we gonna see?
We may see her again, but what she can really do, I don't know. Cause she gonna be pissed. She is pissed. She pissed that Stella's still alive, and she definitely pissed that her secret came out. But at the same time, you know, it's just out amongst them right now while he's holding this over her head. So I think she would be more scared that it's gonna come out, and then her head gonna be on the chopping block. So.
Yeah. This is like, but if that secret don't stay to them, it's not gonna go well.
Right.
It's not gonna go well at all.
Right.
All right, so we're gonna cover the last bit and we out of here pretty much. But let me see what the chat is saying to me. Can you read that off to me?
What y'all talking about? Mac and cheese and chicken and all this.
They must have been talking about that food that Mamie was making, or
will anybody tell her husband? Miss T said that's the big question, because baby, that's when they really in trouble. Whether he locked up and in psych or whatever, that don't mean nothing, honey. He will find a way to get to they behind. So that's why Columbo has the leverage he has right now to be overholding over their head. Because trust me, they don't want that.
I know.
Yeah, Miss C says Archie was the one buzzing the loudest. Whoever fusses the most. Yeah, that's what we were saying is the guilty one. It's like you doing all that, and in the meantime, you digging up, you know, you got your own dirt you trying to bury. Child, a hot mess. Big Wolf status says it should have been Hudge. I wouldn't have been mad at that. That's who I actually expected it to be. I was not expecting it to be Archie. That hit me. I was like, I know Archie was like not the cleanest either. He was in this to get his little bread, but you know, he just want to make his money like everybody else. Whereas the other one,
other one, I'd rather it be the other one. I'm sorry. I know it sounds foul, but he was getting on my nerve, yo.
Right.
All right.
Monique 69 Ways says Olympia can get what Nose got as far as I'm concerned. Right.
Heck
I don't care.
yeah.
She sure can.
You know what? I the whole part. Okay, This is the last thing we're gonna get to, and I want to ask you about two things with it. As far as with Bumpy finding out everything. Where is the last group? Oh Jesus! I hate when this happens. I'm trying to find this last group. Oh, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yep, BMF later tonight.
Yup. Oh yeah, you doing that later tonight. I can't stay up that late. I can't do it anymore. I was really like a night owl for a while, but now I'm getting up early.
Mm.
It's hard, yo. Okay. This is the wrong one. All right. The last two scenes as far as with Stella.
Mm-hmm.
She gets that ticket to go away. Do you think I think we talked. You think she's gonna be a concierge to him?
Yeah. Cause we talked a little bit about it. I could see her staying there with him and trying to feel a little bit of power for herself and make her some extra money. I mean, what he told her the tickets was paid for. I think he had even paid for a hotel there for a week for the finest hotel.
No, not for a month.
Oh, for was a month? Okay,
Yeah.
So she was like, well, I can leave and go anytime. So, now she curious and she want to stay around and see what he gonna have her do. So between him and her, these daggone bosses is in for some stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know what they gonna be up to.
I think they're gonna be wrecking shop.
Mm-hmm.
But she might help out Bumpy. Do you see her doing that? Because she helped him before.
You never know. It could lead to that, especially since Bumpy done had to cut ties with,
You think that's gonna stay like that? With him and Jose battle?
I don't know. Yeah, I think that would be a hard one for Bumpy to go back to him. Once the trust is broken, that's it. Especially since this is we know the direction that is going with Malcom.
Right. So last thing. What's your take on with Mamie leaving?
I didn't agree with her. And I mean, there's a lot of times I don't agree with Mamie or think she's doing the right thing, but I could get her thought process and be like, I understand why she feel that way, but I'll still be like, well, Mamie, you know the man you married, you know what you get, and even at least be telling her that, like, he's not gonna change, he is who he is, you know what you got when you got with my father. So I was just kind of like, Mamie, this not the time for you to be walking out the door, girl. What are we doing here? And then slapped him and walked out the door.
Yes.
And
I wish I had time because that was one of the things I wanted to get. But it's another time, another place. We might do. If would y'all be up for a recap like before the finale or something? If we could do it, because this I'm nervous because I feel like we getting closer and closer and closer to Malcolm's death.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly where it's leading. And then even when Bumpy, when he comes to the realization and walks in there and sees that big board behind him, because he was going in on Pike saying, do you usually let your witnesses get killed? And Pike is like, what are you talking about? He like, first of all, I don't know no Archie. And then, of course, Pike got to get cute with it. Talking about something. I don't worry about stuff that happens in the hood and the ghetto. You think I'm worried about that? He was like, oh, you think I don't know about you and your drugs and your cocaine? He's like, nobody cares about that. And, it's bigger things than that. And then when Bumpy turned around and saw Malcolm and all that, it's like that's when everything started coming to him like, oh, you mother okay.
Yo.
And I know that really pissed him off. And what was his name? Conrad. He said like, "You gonna get me killed," but he got himself killed.
He got
By
himself
trying to
killed.
play both sides of the fence.
And he already knew Bumpy
Yeah,
already
he
was
was like,
on to
"Bumpy is
him.
gonna be on to me." Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what happened when Bumpy came in there. He was setting all them straight. And while Bill talking about, well, I ain't gonna take no chances, because first he was like, tell me the truth and I'll let you live. I done baptized your kids and known you for that many years. So that was crazy to me too, because Bumpy was just telling him about the bust you when your kneecaps. And homeboy took his straight shot and was like, we can't, I'm saying, even take no chances with that. So then when Bumpy's, turned to battle and was like, and you know,
oh, when he
it
said
was
that,
you all along. That was hurtful, man. And I know that really hurt Bumpy. And he's like, yeah, this business is dead. That was such a disappointment, though. I wanted more from Battle than for him to turn around and do something like that. But that's the way it went, y'all.
Yeah, but okay, what about him finding this bug and all of that? I'm just hoping that he's not working with the CIA, because this was done too smooth.
I didn't trust that.
I don't trust all of it
I
now. I'm
just
like
didn't trust
thinking,
it. And then it's like, okay, I'm gonna leave now. Bye, Malcolm, and bye, Elise. And then of course Malcolm is like, wait, how do you feel about being head of my security? I'm like,
head of your
that's what he
security,
wants.
the man that tried to kill you?
Right. Like, nah. Mm-mm.
I like the fact that he took him out like that, because he was like, this is my guy.
Yeah. I like that he took him out like that, but I still was pissed at Wild Bill, because it's like, this whole time he was under your nose, but yet y'all sitting here. Yeah.
That's what pissed me off about it too. Him being like right there. It's not, and y'all accuse the black people of first.
And then they even played Battle. So Battle lost on both ends, because he's, Bumpy even said to Battle, like, you big dummy. They was playing you too.
Exactly. So they all got played. So that is our recap. Thank you, Tamika, for joining me. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks a lot, yo. And what you got going on? We coming back. We coming back later with Snowfall tomorrow, and we doing Love After Lockup. So keep your notifications on, and we will talk to you guys soon. Later, y'all. We out.
All right, y'all.
If you are here for the replay, hit #replay. Thanks for coming out. God bless. Good night. Ew.